I hope the others are safe.
The Enterprise was clear of the gap when we fell. They made it, Jill. And they will have seen the ice where it led. We need only wait till dawn. This is the second time Barnabas has bested me. I'm powerless against him.
Then maybe there really is nothing else for it but to give yourself to his master. Only you won't do that. The Clive I know would never do that.
So you believe. But do you really know me? If what Barnabas said was true, then I'm more monster than man. And each time I summon the flames from within, I burn away the things that make me who I am.
Do you, though? Think of what you've used that power for, of all the people you've saved. It doesn't matter how or by whom it was granted, only how you choose to use it. And you've chosen to use it for good, haven't you?
I've also used it to kill. What if that's my purpose? What if it's all I'm good for?
You're still that same boy I grew up with. Always so eager to save everyone around you, and yet always so alone. Because you failed to realize the one thing that needed saving most of all. You, Clive. You. You never once took the time to save yourself.
Myself? I think I might be beyond saving.
No one is beyond saving, provided they want to be saved. You fight to survive. And you survive so that you may protect those you love. It's what you do. What you've always done. And I know you're not about to change. So I'm going to help you. To give you what you need to protect us all.
Jill. Are you sure? If this is what you want, then...
Don't worry, Clive. It is. This burden, I'll give you the strength to bear it alone.
But I'm not alone. These burdens I carry, my sins, my pain, my sorrow, I see now that they are all a part of me. If I'm to continue on, having pledged my life to those I love, then I will gladly bear your burdens too, until my last breath.
Clive.
I promise you, Jill, we will find a way to escape this fate. Find a way to save each other. That we might one day look upon the moon again, together.
And I promise you, Clive, that I will be there, no matter what you must become.
I know. I never thought a smile could bring me so much joy.
What of Barnabas? Do we pursue him?
No. Our paths will cross again soon enough, whether we like it or not. Besides, there is something we must do first.
Of course. Drake's spine. The last mother crystal.
The Einherja is at the bottom of the sea. Waloed won't dare move on Storm without her. But they know we're coming now. We'll need a plan. And a damn good one at that.
Then let's go home and find one. Ash will have to wait.
No. I to było kulturalne przekazanie Eikona. W takich warunkach to jak najbardziej. Wracamy do kryjówki. Czyli został tylko Odyn. Lud już mamy. Ale to była scena.
Mid says Odin split the sea in two. She's always been partial to a tall tale. But there's tall, and then there's tall.
I struggle to believe it myself.
I see your uncle isn't with you.
He stayed with the Enterprise. After our brush with the Einherja, she was in urgent need of repair. And my uncle knows a shipwright in Randalar. We're to join him there when we're ready to sail for Ash.
You sure that's wise? Last I heard, the place was still overrun with Akashic.
Show me a city where that isn't true. Ultima's plague is spreading.
We're running out of time, aren't we? We've done our best to shore up the hideaway. But I doubt a few planks will stop what's coming. Still, we'll keep at it. Every little helps, I suppose.
Let's hope so.
No, w przesmyku. I teraz powinna być nowa moc. Tak jest. Moc lodu. Clive pozyskał część esencji ikona Shivy. Dostrojenie się do Shivy nie tylko zmienia żywioł magicznych zaklęć Clive'a, lecz także daje dostęp do kilku nowych zdolności ikonów, na przykład epoki lodowcowej, która odrzuca wrogów na dużą odległość. Szczegóły mamy w menu. Atut ikona to jest lodowy trzask. Może posłużyć do wykonania szybkiego uniku w lewo, w prawo. To wiecie co? Tego uniku tego nie będziemy chyba stosować. Natomiast jakąś umiejętność sobie na pewno ulepszymy i wrzucimy.
I should visit Joshua. Assuming Tali will allow it.
Dobra. No to tak. Zobaczmy. Bo mamy tutaj zdolności. Dostrojono Shivę. Czyli tutaj został Odyn, no. Został Odyn jak nic. Będzie w tej części. Ja mogę sobie teraz zresetować. Ewentualnie już tak zostawić, bo tutaj zamiast wypatroszenia można coś wrzucić, nie? Zobaczmy, co mamy. Mesmeryzm, coś takiego. Tutaj jest epoka lodowcowa, całkiem fajne. Tu mamy ten lodowy trzask, ale tego nie będziemy używać, bo uniki mamy z berserka. I zobaczmy to. Oj, mega ogłuszenie. Diamentowy pył. No. To byśmy sobie zamiast Garudy wrzucili. A jak tutaj odpala? Tu jest 2,5. A tu jest 3/5. To zamiast... Tak. Zamiast tego mocnego wiru będzie to. Zimna zawierucha. Okej, to... Wrzucimy tak. Tak, i tu bym potrzebował mistrzostwo. To dobra, to sobie troszkę zresetuję i to będę wrzucał, nie? To będę wrzucał w slota. A na razie Bahamut zostaje. I tutaj te dwa też zostają. Chociaż... Doskok Feniksa. Doskok Feniksa nie jest aż tak potrzebny, tak się zastanawiam. Czy te dasze, ale te dasze też nie są aż tak potrzebne. Dobra. To wrzucam za Garudę po prostu. No to tak, wiecie co? Wydałem sobie praktycznie do ostatniego grosza na zdolnościach i teraz mamy w ten sposób. Tu poleciałem w szkarłatny cyklon i płomienie. Będziemy mieli ten diamentowy pył, to jest... No myślę, że jeden z najlepszych ogłuszających, nie? Bo dodatkowo jeszcze mamy troszkę ataku. No i tutaj te bahamuty. Zostają bahamuty, bo tu co bym ewentualnie... Jeszcze to bym mógł dać, tak? Tchnienie rozbłysku. A ten impuls będzie ok. Dobra, no to startujemy w naszej kryjówce, ale widzę, że jest coś z plusikiem tutaj na dole. Ale najpierw lazaret. Najpierw lazaret. Ciekawe co z Dionem, nie?
How are you feeling, Joshua?
Better than I was.
But not nearly as well as you should be. Your cuts and burns may have healed, but your body still bears the burden of every spell cast.
And what would you have had me do? It was no ordinary foe we faced. It was the Warden of Darkness. Yet still, it was not enough. The king could have ended me at any moment, but instead chose to toy with me like a curl does a mouse.
You underestimate yourself.
Oh, it was crystal clear. Only one man established his dominance that day, and that man was Barnabas. I'm sorry, brother. That was ill-spoken. It's just... I have never felt so powerless. And when so many are looking to us for strength, perhaps the prince feels the same.
A propos...
What is this place?
Don't move. Here, it's fresh from the well. Grandmother told me spirits sometimes get lost, and that the lanterns guide them to their proper place. I set one on the river for her when she passed away.
The fiend works from the shadows. Was it you who guided my hand then, Ultima? No, not you. This is my doing, my fault, my sin to bear. And for it, I must atone.
Your hurts are healing nicely. It was my poultices that saw you well.
You make them?
And sell them, or try to. Earns me enough for bread, most days.
Forgive me. I have nothing to...
I know, but I couldn't just leave you lying there. You're going then?
Of course. I'm healed. Thanks to you and your poultices.
Will you promise to come back and visit?
Oj, medyczka, medyczka.
Well, Phoenix, it would seem that I owe you my wings.
Perhaps he can find an answer. You will be returning to Waloed soon, I gather.
I see no reason to wait.
Then neither do I.
I can think of a few, but I doubt they'll stop you. You will take your medicine.
Of course, Lady Daya.
Set on leaving already, are you?
How long will it take us to get back to Ash?
Dunno, about the same amount of time it took us to get here. Maybe less, if your uncle can find someone trustworthy to patch up the Enterprise. All depends on where we're putting into port, mind.
Yes. It's not as if we can put ashore wherever we choose. We have to assume that the whole of Ash is hostile, and that we'll be attacked on sight.
Then we must find a place they won't think to look. And I have an idea who might know of one.
The Professor! I'll go and tell you coming.
While you're plotting our course, I'll be in the shelves with your lawsman. I wish to pick his brains about Ultima.
Then I'll talk to Karen about supplies for the journey. They may not be easy to come by in Ash.
Your brother's body won't take much more of this recklessness. You know that, don't you?
I do.
Kurde. Wiem i nic sobie z tego nie robię. Proszę państwa, tu jest plusik, 2 plusiki. Dwa plusy nadal dają plus. Ale dobra, najpierw pomówmy o działaniach.
Say it were a compliment.
Say it all you like. It doesn't make it true. Ah, Clive. I was wondering when you'd arrive. Please tell me you've come to take our young prodigy here off my hands.
I'm not here for Mid. I need information on Ash.
Then why not ask Molly if you can look in one of her ovens? Go on.
As soon as the Enterprise is ready, we'll be setting out for Drake's Spine. And we're going to need a safe place to land.
Preferably one that won't see my ship blown to shit and splinters.
If it were that easy, do you think Waloed would have resisted invasion for so long? Very little is known of Ash, and the information we do have is spotty and outdated. We have the good King Barnabas to thank for that. Waloed's borders have been closed to outsiders since the day he seized the throne. If there is anywhere safe to land, you won't find it on my map.
Then tell us what we will find. I'm sure you know better than we do.
But no splinters.
All right, if it will get you out of my hair. But interrupt me, and it's over. Understood?
Spokojnie, pani.
Barnabas Thom, the one they call the last king. Understand him, and you will understand the kingdom of Waloed. Barnabas was only a boy when he arrived from beyond the southern seas, and barely a man before he united the ragged tribes of Ash. And having unleashed them upon the formidable Veldemark, he set his throne upon the ancient kingdom's ruins. The victory sent shockwaves around Valisthea, tales of Odin's might spreading through every court, parlor, and drinking hole in the realm. Note that this was in the year 843, and that the king still sits upon his throne some 40 years later, quite untouched by time. Waloed's recent inaction left many wondering if Odin had lost his appetite for war. And yet here we are. The Einherjar was committed to the fray, a bold declaration of intent. Orcs swarm around Drake's Fang, and throngs of Akashic haunt Canvas streets. Though how precisely the havoc they wreak serves Waloed remains unclear. Regardless, if the order to attack truly came from King Barnabas, then one thing is certain. Waloed has achieved the impossible, and made bedfellows of beastmen and the ether-addled alike. All of which is a roundabout way of saying that you will be in unknown territory when you set foot on Ash. Much of the continent has already been lost to the Blight, and what few ports remain will be fiercely guarded. And that is to say naught of its natural defenses. Offshore currents will cast an ill-equipped ship out to sea one moment and dash it against the rocks the next. But then the Enterprise is anything but ill-equipped. And Mid has made land there before. Now, if only there were someone with an intimate knowledge of the Shadow Coast, and where a daring gentleman might put ashore. You see, Clive, you had the answer all along.
Do you think you can get us back to that beach, Mid?
Picked you up from it, didn't I? Not that it were easy. The currents were a right bastard. But then, if it wasn't hard, it wouldn't be worth doing, would it?
Well said. Thank you, Lady Vivian.
If a few morsels of common knowledge and a sprinkling of tavern talk are worthy of your thanks, I wonder what genuine intelligence might earn me.
Probably more visits. Mid, I need everyone in the ale hall now. I'll fetch Joshua from the shelves.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Aj. Dobra. A, sytuację sprawdzimy też.
What is it that you wish to learn?
Sprawdzimy sobie sytuację. Bitwa w Przesmyku. Marsz armii. Dominant Odyna. Założył zbroję. Ale jeszcze jej nie obsrał, więc jest ostro, jest ostro. Miłość tutaj się pojawiła. Serio? Dopiero teraz? Tutaj sztama. Tutaj jest medyczka. Kichał. Ciekawe. Ciekawe, ale to było widać, że to będzie ważna postać, jak tak sprzedawała w różnych miejscach, nie? Te swoje medykamenty. Tutaj będziemy lecieć na Barnabasa. Egi. Co to jest? Sleipir nie był zwykłym wojownikiem. Magicznym tworem. Czyli on też, tak? Myślałem, że ten pierwszy to w miarę spoko, był normalny, ale jednak nie. I później sobie na przykład sklonował ekipę. No to tak. Wszystko wiemy. Tu jeszcze jest sztama z kapitanką Enterprise, serio?
Study it well,
No.
Clive.
Mid też odgrywa fajną rolę. Wybrzeże cieni, czyli tu się będziemy musieli dostać. Kurde. I tyle do przeprawienia.
The state of
O,
the
jeszcze.
realm is
Jeszcze
ever
daleka
changing,
droga.
Clive.
Jeszcze daleka droga. No nie mów, że masz Kowala jeszcze. Smutek Kowala 4. Nie wierzę. A to? Jeszcze większe naukowe szaleństwo. Dobra, robimy.
The bad news then, did you?
What bad news?
About Dravost. Blackthorn's old haunt. With the forge and all that. Well, anyway, the mine's just down the road from there are spewing at Aoife like no one's business.
And the village?
Safe from the flood for now, but they've got other problems. Akashic. Every creature in the area is either turned or on the way to turning, apparently. Zoltan and the others are living on borrowed time. They need help, and quick. Doris sent a few curse breakers to keep an eye on things, but there's only so much a couple of scouts can do. Except get eaten. If something ain't done soon, the whole place will be overrun.
Co dopiero im daliśmy, kurczę, pomoc.
I won't let that happen.
Didn't think you would.
Does Blackthorn know?
I thought it might be better if he didn't. He'd only do something stupid. You reckon we should tell him?
No. It's better this way.
Yeah, well, I can't stand about knowing what's happening out there, so I'm off. I'll see you in Dravost.
Dobra, dobra, dobra. Tylko ja chciałem tam do niego pójść po jakiś nowy mieczyk. Ale może nic nie będzie. I teraz jeszcze... Tutaj. Jeszcze tutaj może jakieś medykamenty. Czyli albo mi teraz sakiewkę powiększą, co jest możliwe, to na przykład na 8 mikstur, to już byśmy byli niezniszczalni. Ale spoko, te z plusikiem są jeszcze do ogarnięcia, bo te zwykłe to już naprawdę bardzo słabe.
Ah, Sid. Just the man I was hoping to see. Did you have a mo?
Don't tell me. You need more bomb ash.
Oh no, we still got plenty of that left. I'm working on bringing another one of the Chief's designs to life. This time, it's a new smelter. It's got a reverberatory hood over the top for additional thermal amplification and a system of reciprocal recirculatory regenerators that let's just say it gets very blimmin' hot. A heck of a lot hotter than anything Blackthorn's got in his forge, that's for certain. Only mithril engines get hotter, and you can't chuck ore in one of them and get metal out the other end. Trouble is, we won't be able to make it out of any old rubbish neither. We need the good stuff. And I hear you once helped Helena get her hands on exactly that. Any chance you could help me too?
No jest szansa.
If it's for the good of the hideaway, I'd be happy to.
Oh, it is. I promise you.
So, what exactly is this good stuff you need me to find?
We've got a couple of examples here. Spherical echoes, we call them.
More fallen materials. So this smelter is similar to the mithril engine in more ways than one.
That's right. They're a bit like the thermal helms. Fallen ceramics deal with heat like nothing else, see? And what's more, they're directional, transferring heat from the inside to the outside. But these things, they're all outside. If we line the hood with them, they'll reflect the heat right back into the furnace. We've collected as many as we can, and I know where we can get the rest. Trouble is, they're all watched over by their bigger, uglier cousins.
So you want me to visit some ruins, destroy some echoes, and bring back the spheres they're guarding?
That's it in a nutshell, yeah. We're only 3 short, mind, and we know exactly where they are. There's one up Amber Way, in that ruin that they call Lost Plume, and another in the Silent South, over in Dalmekia. Last one is in the ruins of Advent, which is in the Empire.
All right then. Wish me luck.
Will do. I'll be keeping all my fingers and toes crossed.
U nóg też? Chłopie, uspokój się, uspokój się. Wiem, że naukowe szaleństwo, ale... Czyli tak... Sferycznych ech to sobie poszukamy. I tu już mamy wszystko, tak? Tu już mamy wszystko, więc... Tu się widzimy w przesmyku. Jeszcze zajrzę. Jeśli coś będzie nowego, to też ogarniemy. Tu jeszcze w komnacie coś mamy. Albo zadanko? Nie. Ostatni matczyny kryształ. Clive. Został tylko 1 kryształ do zniszczenia i dokonać może tego tylko 1 osoba. Dopilnuj, by nie spudłować. Nie, teraz mamy moc siwy, błogosławieństwo, Jill. Damy radę. Potrzebujemy jeszcze do pełni sprawności Odyna, ale ciekawe, czy teraz będziemy w stanie go w miarę pokonać, albo przebić jego obronę chociaż. Zatrzymać ataki.
Well, then that changes it. Clive, you must listen to this. Lawsman, tell him.
Do you recall when we spoke before on the divinity of Ultima? Well, it inspired me to delve deeper into the subject. And what I discovered appears to agree with the findings of His Grace.
You will recall that my quest to uncover Ultima's origins began with the mural at Phoenix Gate. But while I've always known it to be important, its secrets have heretofore eluded me. Now, however, I believe I know where to find the more complete example, one that will reveal all we seek.
Master Clive, have you ever in your travels chanced to hear of the Circle of Malleus? I would think not, if you have. But there was once a time when the faith flourished, the oldest known religion in the Twins. And though its popularity eventually waned on Storm, hints of its dogma remain embedded in more modern faiths such as the Crystalline Orthodox.
Wait, you said it waned on Storm. What of Ash?
Religious monuments are often torn down or repurposed when new faiths rise to prominence. But if no new faith arose, then perhaps the ancient temples might still stand. And so, you see now why I must accompany you to Waloed.
It would appear the past still has much to teach us, though in this case, it would not have been possible without the musings of Moss. To think that you carried a copy of my old mentor's chronicles all along. I am relieved to discover it in good hands.
I shall guard it with my life.
Joshua, if you're finished here, join me in the ale hall. I need to speak to everyone before we leave.
Right away.
Będzie narada. Narada na może nawet ostatnią taką wyprawę, kto wie.
For a short while.
Of course, Lawsman Hippocrates. You need but ask.
O, tu można pogadać? Czy nie za bardzo? Na razie nie. Dobra, fajnie. Idziemy do piwiarni. O.
My apologies.
By now you've all heard where we're going and why. So I won't bother you with the boring details, only the important ones. If we attempt to approach Stone here by sea, there's a good chance we'll be sighted and fall prey to the capital's artillery. So instead, we'll disembark on the southwest coast and make for Drake's Spine on foot. I say we, but it's highly likely the entirety of Ash is under the rule of Ultima. A large party would only attract unwanted attention, as well as slow our march and require supplies which may be difficult to obtain. Only Joshua and I will be going. And a scout. Preferably a good one. Gav, do you know of any?
You bet your ass I do. I might still borrow some of Lady Vivian's maps, though, just in case, like.
Once you've dropped us off at the Shadow Coast, you need to retreat into neutral waters, fly merchant colors, and stay inconspicuous. If you sense any danger at all, you leave us behind and return to Storm.
Inconspicuous is my middle name. But like hell am I leaving anyone behind. The ship ain't going nowhere till your scurvy mugs are smiling on deck.
Jill, the Enterprise will appear a tempting target for royalists and pirates alike. You're to stop anyone boarding.
Don't worry. I'll keep the ship and her crew safe. You'll be needing passage home, after all.
But... very well.
If there are no questions, I'll see you all at the docks.
Nie ma pytań.
Let me know when you're leaving. I want a word before you go.
Of course.
Oto. Jeszcze z odtonem, tak? No mamy też zadanka tutaj w świecie. Tu będzie jedno. A one są w różnych miejscach, tak? Rozrzucone. I tu jest jeszcze ten smutek Kowala. Nie wiem, czy będziemy mieli sposobność w ogóle to zrobić, ale zobaczymy.
I am certain we will find what we seek in Ash and learn the truth of Ultima's origins.
No szczerze, na razie innej lokalizacji już nie widać, chyba że gdzieś nas wywali pod koniec do jakiejś hiperprzestrzeni, ale na razie Odyn, na razie Odyn.
Is something wrong?
Not at all. Honestly, Can't a man wish his friend farewell? Just wanted to let you know that I'll keep things in order while you're off saving the world.
I'll hold you to that.
Co się dzieje? Udaje się na wybrzeże cieni. Ale nie muszę, nie? Nie, czyli tu nie mam blokady. To robimy wszystko oczywiście przed tym, bo jak już tam wyruszymy, to jest umarł w trampkach. To już tutaj patrzcie, co się wyprawia. To będą esy floresy na niebie. To tak, najpierw może kowal. Najpierw może kowal. Dobrze, że jeszcze mamy tą opcję, ani nas zablokowali. Także jest spoko, jest spoko.
So Dravost is still standing. For now at least.
Kurde, tu gdzieś August powinien być, nie?
Clive! You're here!
And the Akashic?
Mostly off to the north still. But I spoke to Doris's scouts and it turns out things are worse than I thought. There's swarms of them out there. Told old Snotty to be ready to seal the north gate. That should buy us some time if we need it. Enough for the villagers to barricade themselves inside their homes at least.
Well done.
Welcome back, Sid. I'd never have guessed, you know. Not if August hadn't let slip. Who'd have thought that the savior of Dravost would turn out to be the realm's most infamous outlaw? Keen to help us out again?
I am.
Thought you could sneak off without me, did you?
Blackthorn.
Oh, what are you doing here?
One of the scouts couldn't keep his voice down. Unlike my best mate who didn't think I deserved to know. Zoltan, how long's it been? Long enough for us two to turn into a pair of old codgers, I see.
That your idea of an apology? Prick.
Don't listen to him. You only did what you thought was best. For the village and that.
I did, yeah. But that ain't the whole of it. Vulcan, our master, didn't leave the chiefdom to the two of us. He left it to me, the best blacksmith in Dravost, barring himself, of course. Bloody stupid tradition, in my opinion. If someone's got talent, you should let them practice their craft, not ask them to settle petty feuds and barter for grain. Our master wasted half his life that way. I wasn't about to let that happen to me.
So you wasted half of mine instead?
You're what Dravost needed. Under me and my precious ideals, this place wouldn't have lasted a year. So I left to devote myself to the work and spare you lot the consequences. I may be a selfish prick, but I only did what I felt I had to.
What you had to do was your duty!
Even if it meant we all starved?
Enough. This is no time for bickering. You can finish beating each other up once Dravost is safe.
Fine. I've said my piece anyway.
Yeah, so have I.
Sorry, Clive. I shouldn't have stuck my nose in. We're short enough on time as it is. Still, give us a mo, would you? I need to get my head straight before any of them Akashic try to bite it off.
Co tam, sierpień?
You, ready for the off then?
No.
We can't afford to waste any more time.
Right you are. Might be worth having one last word with the scouts, though. Don't want any nasty surprises, do we? Oh, and Blackthorn, you and Zoltan might be better off staying inside the...
Akashic on the move.
How close are they?
Within sight of the walls, and there are more coming up from the mines.
What was I saying about nasty surprises?
They'll wash right over us if we stay out in the open. We're pulling back behind the gates.
Good idea. Get yourselves inside, but keep your weapons handy.
Understood.
I'm prepared to fight if I have to.
Well, let's hope you don't. That's our job. Once the scouts are inside, order your men to barricade the gates. No heroic last stands, you hear me? No fighting at all if you can help it.
August's right. I've seen what Akashic beasts can do to armor. The people here are tough and willing, but they ain't equipped to face what's coming.
I'm going out there. Start work on the gate as soon as I've left. I'll give you as much time as I can.
And if they kill you?
You evacuate. But it won't come to that. I promise.
You'd better be right.
Take good care of Dravoj till I get back.
Leave it to me. And give those things what for, yeah?
Czy wy jesteście normalni? Jak on ma zginąć od Akaszy? Jak walczył z Tytanem i z Bahamutem. No dobra, Odyn był za mocny, ale... O, może taki?
Which one of you is first?
Może taki baranek? Dobra, zobaczymy jak ta nowa moc działa za chwilę. To jest to. O, Joshua jest z nami. Dobra, zobaczmy. Za Jill. Woo! Ale ściąga. Kurczę. Ładnie zeszło, nie? Dobra, to będzie jeden z najlepszych ogłuszaczy w grze, na to wygląda. Bo na razie właśnie Garuda miała najlepsze. Czyli, kurczę, szczerze mówiąc, to tak rozłożyli. Tak rozłożyli, że chłopy atakują, a kobitki ogłuszają. No dobra, dobra. Niech tak będzie. Wielkoruk Akash? No chłopie, przecież leżysz. O co ci chodzi? Przecież ty leżysz. Wypatroszenie. Wypatroszenie też jest spoko. Jeszcze nowi? Może się nawiną? Nie. A i teraz jeszcze mamy ten. Ten też jest dobry. Ten też jest dobry. Bo on jest dosyć obszarowy, więc... Spoko, niech będzie. Niech będzie troszkę tego Feniksa. Nie używamy umiejętności Ramua, ale... No widzę, że te są lepsze. Kurde, dobre to jest. Bo bije za 3, a za 5 ogłusza. Niesamowita moc. Bardzo mocna, bardzo mocna. Bo tak akurat pasywka... Oj. Pasywka od Jill nie jest jakaś bardzo potężna. O, bo zobaczcie tutaj, nie? Tutaj jak gramy Bahamutem, to jest atak. Tu się możemy szybko przyciągnąć i zaatakować. No a to w ogóle jest. To jest najlepszy ogłuszacz w całej grze chyba, nie? Najlepsza pasywka to jest zdecydowanie Garudy. Bo ona może położyć przeciwnika. O, przynajmniej coś sobie tutaj pozmienialiśmy. Jeszcze zamiast tej może coś wejdzie kiedyś, ale... To by musiała być mniejsza moc, którą miałbym na mistrzostwo. No mógłby być jakiś ogłuszający od Shivy, ale... Ale myślę, że jest ok. Bo ja mam też właśnie... Na tym drugim slocie mam ogłuszenia, bo ogłuszenia się mega przydają. Nie można mieć samych ataków, bo trzeba ich troszkę właśnie zbijać. O. I pyk. Super.
Is that it? Apparently not.
Manticora? Manticora!
You're not getting past me.
Czekaj, to jest Chimera. Chimera z kanionu. Co? Jak to ściągło? Cały prawie... Cały pasek prawie. Ja cię kręcę, sztos. Tiusla. I cały pasek, no to jest miazga już. No dlatego ogłuszacze są mega potrzebne. Bo tutaj na takich oszołomieniach to można najwięcej ataków zadać. No i to się wszystko tam mnoży, nie? I przeciwnik też nie atakuje, więc... To jest taka darmówka. Jeszcze Bahamut może wleci. No także fajnie, fajnie. Prezencik od Jill jest superaśny. Co tam masz? No. Dawaj, dawaj. Ziup. A, też się w miarę szybko... A, i też bardzo fajne, że w miarę szybko się odnawia. Ja cię kręcę. Okej, mamy to. No i o to chodzi, nie? Ta połóweczka też jest ważna. A to praktycznie jest totalny atak. Nie zbija tak dużo oszołomienia. No to jest okej. Uwaga na ten lód. Chyba troszkę oberwaliśmy. Ojej, oj. Trochę jakby była odporna ta chimera. Co tam? Joshua, co on odpalił? Jakiegoś Feniksa. Oj, ładnie tam ciśnie. O, i teraz mamy to. Garuda! Kurde, chimera z kanionu. Chimerzasta jest. No to uwielbiam, ale to wiecie. Dobra, teraz go ściągniemy. Dziadygę. Chyba nie dostał idealnie. Nie dostała albo... To będzie Manticora. To będzie Manticora. Kurczę, ale... Powiem wam, że trzeba ją zmiękczyć troszkę. Trzeba zmiękczyć, bo... Mocna rzecz. Ja cię kręcę. Dobra, uważaj. Too slow. Ona ma moc Sida. Oj, 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 no i co to się stało? Co to się stało? Chyba Kamehameha poleci. Dobra, kończymy dzieło. Mam 14 koła. Ale naprawdę mocna. Mocna chimera. Giga rozbłysk na 30. Szok. Szok. Będzie levelik? Czy to już jest po doliczeniu? Ostry kieł.
Now the question is, did I miss any?
Man alive! You stood in one piece!
I slew as many as I could.
As many as I could, he says. The old bleeding lot, more like it. Well, almost.
Only almost.
Yeah, one or two did try to sneak over the wall. But we got the bastards, don't you worry.
Good. Though you do know, more will come in time.
In time, yeah. But we can think about them later. Let's get you back inside.
Horda Akaszy.
Sid! You're even more fearsome than your reputation. Enough to give those Akashic monsters nightmares. I almost felt sorry for the wretched things. But mostly, I felt grateful. Dravovst won't forget what you did today.
I'm afraid I've only delayed the inevitable. There's no getting rid of that ether flood. Meaning that any living thing which stumbles into those mines will end up clawing at your walls again.
And that's if the flood don't spread. If it does, well, I hate to say it, but the village's days are numbered.
That may be, but we're staying just the same. With either floods springing up all over, it's no less safe than anywhere, and more importantly, it's our home. We'll fortify the gates to the north, and I'll see that they're guarded day and night.
All right. Then we'll give you a hand shoring up those defenses.
As for you, Blackthorn, that's twice you've turned up when Dravosh needed you. So, thanks.
I shouldn't have stayed away so long. And I shouldn't have left without talking it over with you first.
Too bloody right you shouldn't. Though I doubt I'd have listened. I always envied you. How you made everything look so easy when, for me, it was anything but. You leaving gave me the perfect excuse to hate you. And from that day on, I never once stopped to wonder what it would have been like if you'd stayed. But what you said earlier, it was true. You'd have been the death of this place.
Finally, something we can agree on. I hope you see the sense of it eventually. You kept this place alive.
Alive, perhaps. Wealthy even, but Dravosh isn't what it once was. Our work used to be the pride of Dalmekia. Now, we churn out the same rubbish day after day because it's easy and turns a profit. It's not about the craft anymore. I wouldn't send my sons to war wearing the shit most of our smiths are making. I've kept working, honing my skills, trying to lead by example, but no one sees the point. The average castle apprentice has as much passion for the craft as our current lot. Come back to us, Blackthorn. Remind Dravosh what a true master blacksmith looks like. I'll even man those bellows of yours if it means we can work at the same forge again.
That's a kind offer. Kinder than I deserve. And I wish I could accept, but I'm needed elsewhere. There's people who trust their lives to my steel, and I daren't let them down.
Fair enough.
But that doesn't mean I couldn't visit from time to time. Let's see if we can't rekindle this town's passion for the craft, shall we?
I'd like that.
Just be sure to tell Snotty to let me in the next time I come calling, yeah?
Knowing him, he'd let you in anyway. Blackthorn. The master smith turned outlaw, back in my good graces. I never thought I'd see the day.
I'd say that went pretty well, wouldn't you?
Even better than I'd hoped.
Sid, I've got something for you.
Pieczęć?
And this
Nie
is
wierzę.
A token of our lasting gratitude. But I'm of a mind to make you a far grander gift. Designs for a certain sword have been passed down from chief to chief for generations.
Now hold on, Zoltan. There's a reason no one's made that blade in centuries. There's not been a craftsman equal to the task. I'll admit your cinders make impressive steel, and I've learned to hone an edge Odin will be proud of. But the engravings on that thing are enough to make a jeweler cry. And they're not just for show, either.
Have you forgotten what brought you back to Dravosh in the first place? A certain ring? I knew I'd never surpass you with the hammer and tongs. So I turned my hand to a different kind of metalwork. Between the two of us, I'd say we're the equal of any master craftsman ever to have graced a forge.
You know what? I think you might be right. Clive, you wouldn't mind if Zoltan came back to the hideaway, would you?
He's more than welcome. As long as he can keep our secret.
Right. Zoltan, get your tools. We've got a legend to forge.
Mamy legendę do wykucia. No i co to będzie? Do kryjówki. Dobra, to co sobie jeszcze do kryjówki wrócimy. Natomiast... A, tu są te echa. To tu będzie pierwsze. To widzimy się na miejscu, zobaczymy co tam te echa nam dadzą i na pewno do kryjówki trzeba będzie wrócić z tymi 2 zadankami, ale to spoko. A to tak, tutaj były takie zbiry, czyli jak mamy takie obeliski starożytne, to można działać. Okej, to wiecie co? Najpierw wam zrobię lodowy przesmyk. Też ładnie to bije. O kurczę. Ładnie to bije. Chodź tu, chodno. Przebudzony myśliwy. O czym ty tak myślisz? Już wiem o czym. Kiedy zginiesz, tak? Oj, tutaj. Koledzy. O, jest bomba. Dwimerytowa. W porządku. Trzeba ją troszkę rozpalić. Przebudzony myśliwy, kolejny. O. Gdzieś tutaj leży. Spokojnie, Clive'ie. Sferyczne echo. A to wiecie co? Czyli wygląda na to, że w 2 innych strefach będzie podobnie. To ja już sobie to ogarnę i pewnie widzimy się w kryjówce. No i załatwione te echa, jesteśmy już w kryjówce. O!
Ah, the man himself.
We were just about to make a start on that sword I promised you.
It's funny, but none of this would have been possible without your help. You remember Camille? We'll be using his leather work for the grip. The steel, meanwhile, will be tempered in a fire, burning the cinders you charmed out of old Zoltan here. And that whetstone from the Outer Isles? That'll be what gives the blade its edge. And the final flourish will be my talented colleagues' engraving.
A team effort led by the greatest blacksmith alive.
Now, save that talk to the thing's finished, yeah? Right. I'm ready if you are.
To the bellows it is then.
Kurde. Scalenie. Miecz nad miecze?
Well, bugger me. We actually did it.
The sword to end all swords. Ragnarok.
It's quite something.
I trust you'll take good care of it.
Thank you. Both of you.
So, does this make you pair the greatest craftsman alive, then?
This? Nah. This was just following the footsteps of the greats of old. It'll take more than that to earn us our place in history. But we're up for the challenge. Here.
A list of materials.
Zoltan and I got talking on the long road back from Dravost.
We reckon with those items there, we could craft something even better than the Ragnarok. Something worthy of a legendary outlaw like yourself.
That's a weapon I'd like to see. You leave this list with me.
I was hoping you'd say that.
One legend at a time, eh, lads? Before you start on the next, who fancies raising a cup to friendship reforged?
Good idea. No more drinking to forget my past. It's about time I had something to celebrate.
Then tap the kegs! Vulcan's boys are on their way!
Ragnarok. A jeszcze będzie lepszy mieczyk? Smutek Kowala. Oj, tutaj też ładnie. 750. Awansior. Elegancko. Szkic projektowy zmierzchu bogów. No i dostaliśmy Ragnaroka. 325. Zmierzch bogów. Odblokowano przepis. No fajnie, fajnie, tylko... Czy to mocne? Czy to mocne, czy to niemocne? Ja bym sobie sprawdził, czy ten Ragnarok już wyposażony. Jeszcze nie, tak? Czyli on jest na 325, no. Legendary. Legendary Ragnarok. Tu coś mamy lepszego? Nie. Tutaj też nie. Dobra, pogadajmy o tym zmierzchu bogów. Smutek Kowala 4?
I never thought me and Zoltan would ever speak again, let alone work together. And if it hadn't been for you, we wouldn't. You've been a good friend of me, Clive. The best.
No to co, ja już nie będę przyjacielem?
Thankful, dear.
O, widzicie, lodowe znamie, czyli to jest od naszej Jill. Odłamek lodu, nie? Tylko na 300. Nie ma lipy. Zmierzch bogów. Potrzebujemy oryszalku 3. Mrok stali 375. Czyli to jest najlepszy mieczyk w grze, tak? Prymitywny róg bojowy. No nie wiem, czy będziemy robić. Może gdzieś tam poza sobie pozbieram te mrok stale, ale tego oryszalku nie ma tak często, więc zobaczymy. I tak mamy dobry ekwipunek. Co jest tutaj? Coś nowego? Tu jest ten uroboros, nie? Kamienny jęzor. Czyli tutaj tak naprawdę by trzeba robić wszystkie zleconka. I tego oryszalku by naprawdę dużo musiało lecieć. Kwiat morbola. Dobra, no to spoko, no. Jeśli ktoś chciałby zrobić wszystkie wyzwania, to wtedy będzie najlepszy ekwipunek. Ale my nie mamy wcale takiego złego. I idziemy jeszcze do Wayne'a.
How was she? The Enterprise, Ah, Sid. Wasn't expecting you back so soon. So, is it good news or bad?
Myślałem, że polecę na Odyna i wrócę za 8 godzin.
Good, thankfully. Here.
That's brilliant! Thanks a blimmin' million! I'll fit him to the smelter right away!
Dawaj do pieca.
May I present to you the Telemon Furnace? Ain't bad, is she?
She's a beauty.
You saved my bacon again, Sid, and I ain't about to let your good deed go unrewarded.
It's fine, really. My bag's flexible enough already.
Oh, don't say that. I'm sure I can make a few improvements to it yet.
You could just buy me a bigger...
How about that clasp? Looks a bit stiff. Reckon you could loosen it up and make some more room? And I reckon I know how. With a new alloy we've been working on. The Telemon Furnace was just what we needed to perfect it. It's a metal, see? So it's lovely and strong, but it's also, well, stretchy, if you can believe it.
Stretchy metal. Well, if you insist.
That is the spirit. You'll love it, I promise.
Rozciągliwy metal i jechany. Będzie sakwa.
So, what do you reckon?
It's actually quite ingenious. Thank you, Owain.
Shh, don't mention it. You earned it. and I wanted to get some practice in using that metal anyway. Reckon we'll have all kinds of uses for it around the hideaway. Can't think of any right now, but that's our job, innit? Dreaming up new ways to make life easier around here. Maybe even out there, too. One day, the whole world's gonna know about the inventions you've helped us put together. That bag of yours will be the first of many. You mark my words.
They'll hardly believe their eyes, I'm sure.
Ukończono zadanko i powiększono torbę, nie? Chociaż tu mamy już 805. Zwiększono torbę. Dobra, super. Pojemność ekwipunku na maksymalnym poziomie. No to dobra informacja. Ile mamy? 8, 5, 4, 4. Podwójne D. Podwójne D. Czyli XD, tak? Wiecie co? Chyba zrobiliśmy wszystkie takie zadanka z plusem, bo kowala już mamy, tutaj mamy. Torba powiększona, eliksiry też nabite na maksa. To chyba wszystko. Więc wiecie co? Jesteśmy gotowi. Kupię sobie te miksturki do końca i udajemy się na wybrzeże. Jeśli film Ci się podobał, zachęcam do subskrypcji i wsparcia kanału na patronite.pl. Wszystkie przydatne linki w opisie. Natomiast kolejny odcinek znajdziesz na środku ekranu. Kliknij w niego i oglądaj już teraz.